But yeah, we'll start with Jack Perry. Jack Perry returned at Battle in the Valley. Big beard, real beard. Jack Perry jumps out wearing the Bushi mask. So he was front row. The security didn't even know what was happening at first, and then they got tipped off after. They were about to try to like really separate him and shit. But he jumps on Shota Umino, gives him a sick looking knee, pulls an AEW contract out his back pocket, rips it up, and completely works people into thinking wrestling is real in a way that I don't know what Jack Pitt, bro. I have told. I was talking to Josh. I was talking to you about it. I'm like, bro, he has people right now, and he has them out of like, the way Eric Bischoff is looking at it, like as far as like I'm going to make this shit work for me. I think Jack Perry's going to do it in a much more productive fashion. Let's just say that. And this whole thing with him ripping the contract up, it was like people have bitten on this in a way that, in a modern angle, they just hook, line, and sinker. They can go wherever they want with it now. Have you caught wind of this stuff, James?
I heard something about he ripped up a contract or whatever else, and people were like, it got some type of buzz, and for me, I was like, wait a second. So like Kalen DeBoer, who just became Alabama's head coach, has succeeded Nick Saban. Like, I'm sure he had to get bought out by the University of Washington, or by Alabama buying out University of Washington's contract, who then signed him. You mean to tell me all Kalen DeBoer had to do was pull up a copy of his contract and rip it up and then everything's A-okay? You fucking Neanderthal morons. Like, of course it's fucking fake. You think these people are... We spent the past, especially with Jack Perry, right? Because the bitch with CM Punk. We know they have legal. What are we doing? Like, I don't know if it's just like people got lost in that or whatever else. I don't know. Maybe they did. Like, then congrats to you, because like you got lost in a way that, like, I just never can. And when things like this happen, I'm always, it pulls me out of me. My speech might be this, because like you're pointing out how this is not real when you do that. Like when Eddie Kingston says this is real, I'm like, you're by you saying that, it makes me remember that it's not real. Stop.
But some of the stuff I saw were just so many people just angry that he returned. He hope he gets fucked up and like his life ruined. Great comment for Brewhaven. The reason is because they think CM Punk is their father. Yes, there's some of that, that's in there. So like he's getting the working, like, hey, this is a good angle. He's getting that. He's getting like this internet militia working against his every move, and they're getting wrapped up in it. Yes. This is a great point, Brewhaven. Yes. People have more anger for Jack Perry than Matt Riddle. Yes. Absolutely. They act like Jack Perry broke the law. Holy
Rich,
shit!
I'm not gonna say the joke that I admit to you about Matt Riddle offline the other day or yesterday, but like I'm gonna give you another version. Like Matt Riddle shows up to the arena, and like all I think of for New Japan Pro Wrestling of America, all I think of is like the skit that's been going around anytime someone is a sex pest. He's like, you know they got your mans.
Yeah.
They got your mans on sex assault charges. The nigga you be hanging with. Your homeboy, the whole time he knew. You ain't feel bad or nothing? Like, yes, yes, he has appeared to have gotten less shit than, and you know what that is also? This also because the WWE run him out there and didn't give a fuck until he got, into the situation.
The airport deal.
At the end of last year with the, at the airport, like, these people like don't actually like have moral compasses and are discerning or critical thinkers. What happens is like these people are like, all right, well, if the football team lets him play, if the fake wrestling promotion lets him fake fight, then that means he's innocent. No, that's not how that works. You have to think for yourself.
Look, I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing, like for some of these people.
I mean, given what we just talked about, you're probably right. But I'm saying people do the old, like, you know, it's complicated or it's not an easy decision. It comes, you know, so they don't know the answer, so they rely on the institution to therefore make the decision for them in their mind. That's what happens.
I want to bring it back to Jack Perry. I'm going to tell you why I'm really excited about this. I thought there was a palpable buzz behind this thing. Twitter lit up. Obviously, I had been wondering when Jack out loud was going to be able to come back on Twitter the last like couple weeks, especially since the Devils reveal. I'm like, all right, man, what are we doing, bro? Like, and he finally shows up. I'm a big fan of the guy. I always have been. And I think because I don't know what it is right now. Like, I don't know if this is him setting up just a match for Battle in the Valley. I don't know if he's going to hang around for like 3 months, 6 months, something like that. I'm here to tell you, if Jack Perry gets like a 6-month excursion mid-career per se, he will wrestle more like often these 6 months than he's done the 4 years he's been in AEW.
Oh,
when you
I thought you were going to say like if he wrestles for 6 months and he's healthy, like he presumably will wrestle more than CM Punk did his entire AEW tenure.
I wasn't going to do that, but you can have that one.
Okay, but I know I was trying to figure out how you was going with that one. Okay,
but I think this guy had showed up on national TV when he was 22 years old. He's 26 now. I think his development thus far has been admirable, right? As far as it being an in-ring talent.
Yeah.
Character, promo stuff, whatever. Everybody wants to see him do the weakest part of his thing. I don't think we need to focus on that. I think you need to focus on the strengths. And what he is an awesome wrestler. Oh, my God. Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins went 20. Jesus Christ. But I think Jack Perry will get a workload like he's never gotten or hasn't gotten since the independent circuit. Wrestling less than once a week for 4 years. How much can you really grow? New environment for this guy, new expectations, kind of like in the best case scenario, he joins the New Japan Cup. He does a couple tours. He gets a tag team partner. He joins a unit. He does the G1 even. This guy, when he comes back, just looking at him coming into AEW, he's the perfect guy. And I don't know if, like, you know, folks at like New Japan don't, if they're resistant to Jack Perry. I don't know if it's because they don't feel like they want to have people dumped off on them that are either in need of some kind of rehab or anything like that. But I'm like, yo, everyone, when it comes to New Japan, the popular topic is how people are walking out the door, not walking in the door. Jack Perry going over there with the people that are driving this hate train against him, people that like him, and he does have a pretty big fan base, they're definitely going to check in on this guy and like see what he's doing. So like, I kind of compared it to Tetsuya Naito. People saw Tetsuya Naito one way before he went to Mexico. Mm-hmm. He was obviously a great wrestler. He's better than Jack Perry before, you know, Jack's leaving now or whatever. But he was also way older than Jack Perry too.
Yeah.
I think, you know, and then when he comes back, let him work out like kind of a new presentation and everything off like that. Like elsewhere, I think this is beneficial for New Japan. And I think if it's me, I call and say, hey, how can we keep this guy there, work something out, we'll figure out all his finishes, and then re-debut him at Wembley next year. Or this coming year, or whatever.
I knew what you meant. I mean, sure, right? Like I don't know what the place for him will be right now if he were to come right back to AEW, right? So that's fine. And this also depends on if he wants to do it, right? Like it's not like this seems like something he wants to do. Like I don't think Tony Khan is punishing him and say you'll now have to take it to the Naga dojo, or you got to take it to the LA dojo. I don't think that's how that works.
You will hit the squats in front of Yuji Nagata.
Right. You like, nah, you gotta, you saw that shit that Show hit Yo with at Wrestle Kingdom, you got to now go take that from Yo and I'm sorry, not Yo, but Ren. You got to now take that from Ren, and you got to start hitting the push-ups now. But yeah, I just think I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem with this. I'm glad he's back. He's gonna have some matches, and I'm interested to see what he does. And what Keeping It Strong Style has, as far as like reviews on it, on the road twos and everything else. And the US stuff that's going to be going on. I'm assuming he's going to be a part of as well. And there is a ready-made storyline for him the second he comes back.
Yep, and he
can finish the story with Christian. He can go win the. No, I'm funny. Like he can go he can win the TNT title from Christian.
As a babyface or what? Like,
I know there's months for now. There's months to figure that out. Months to figure that
out. I think he should be probably like putting all he can into really like differentiating like all right, there's the before I left, the before Wembley 2023 and after. So like I like the beard. I like the look. Like it looks way grimier, grungier, and like I think the guy like has a lot of talent, and like we'll see if he ultimately ends up as a top star one day. But I think he's someone that like will outlast while other people like rise, and it's like he's a slow, steady climber. I think we're gonna look up, and he's gonna be like eventually like 30 years old, 32, and then it's like, oh shit, like he's been doing it for years and years, and he's got all these opponents, all this history, and I think he's gonna be real for a lot of years.
Did we get a chance to see what his body looked like now?
No, because he had the jacket on still.
Obviously he had the beard, but like it looked like the same person except his face. Do you think that was just the beard though?
Possibly.
Yeah, because one thing is like he comes to New Japan, cool, but he comes to New Japan and he's still the same size he was. He's gonna be in there with people that are gonna all be bigger than him because all the LA Dojo dudes are a lot bigger than him.
Shota Umino is gigantic compared to him.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like it's like the thing with Jungle Boy is like he has height, but like his frame is he just is like
got that Durant.
I don't know about that as much as it's like it just don't look like he like really values lifting, like going into lifting weights, and like whatever it is, what it is. But if you're gonna go to New Japan, that's gonna matter.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a thing. If you're gonna go on Excursion, that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah,
because he's gonna be in there with fucking Gabe Kidd and Connors and shit.
Like, and like. To Jack Perry's credit, he not no bitch. Like he stood up to all that roosh, chopping and shit like that. Yeah. But I would recommend.
It's still like his chest getting caved in what was happening though.
Yeah, I would recommend that he does put that work in, with that as well, like on the body, on the on the physique, just for his main event. And like we see it all the time. Guys get bigger like as they grow into main eventers. Like it's kind of strange how that always happens. He's still
26.
Yeah,
he's still 26.
Yeah,
it ain't, people's bodies are gonna like he's not gonna look like this when he's 30.
Right. But yeah, really exciting. And everyone was buzzing. So like if they're doing him and Shota Umino, that's awesome. Like those guys are like, right there. Like and you need new things to happen with these guys for future Forbidden Door things and stuff like that. It can't just be, oh man, we're just waiting. Who's Okada gonna wrestle this time and everything like that? Like the new guys got to get in the mix on that shit. Yoda Sushi's got to get in the mix. Shota Umino's got to get in the mix. I wrote my top 10 matches from last year and published it on socialsuplex.com. And man, Shota Umino, like he's fucking great, bro. Like I watched that match he had with Ospreay, and it was just like it as impressed as we were with Will coming out of the Kenny match. It was similar, like, to the Shota Umino and Will match. It was like Will was in the Kenny role this time, and Umino was like just fighting through, surviving, firing up, people living and dying with this guy. But like,
was Red Shoes the ref?
He was the ref.
Okay.